grand finals correct, which obviously wasn't that hard. It was Dig Energy for both. I mean, it wasn't that difficult. But I'm okay at predictions, even though you all say I'm not. I'm all terrible. It's fine. It's fine. But we're going to do it. These are the predictions. This is exactly what's going to happen at the World Championship. Don't even have to watch, guys. Just watch this video. That's it. Then you're done. Let's get into it. First, we got the OCE matches. First, I want to talk about OCE a bit. So, OCE, I feel like this is the season where if they're going to do something, they got to do it this season. Because they have their two best teams here, and it's the two best teams by far. By far in the OCE. Oh, I actually have the chat open on this. It actually does kind of work. Oh, it's... Hold on. Let me move this up. Then you guys can talk in the chat. I'll take off the RLCS logo because I want to see your chats. All right. So it's the two best teams. Like last season, Tainted Minds was maybe the second best, maybe the third best, maybe even the fourth best. They were mediocre during league play. They barely make it in. They barely made it into the top 4, let alone the top 6. Or I'm sorry, top 2. So Tainted Minds wasn't even that good of a team last time, and they still took Envy to 5. They almost beat Envy. They had some competitive series. So for OCE, now that you have your two best teams, Tainted Minds look extremely strong. That they take the 2 players from Darksided, bring in CJ, and CJ is doing some amazing things there, obviously, like turning around from them being very defensive when they were on Darksided to now they're going hyper-aggressive, trying to play the offensive side more. They give up a lot more goals, but they're trying their best to just create chaos, and that's kind of what Tainted Minds did last season too. They scored a ton of goals, but they gave up a ton of goals as well. Very high-scoring series when they played Envy. So, like CJ, I think right now he's number 1 in assists per game at the World Championship because they scored so many goals, but they gave up so many. So, Tainted Minds look stronger. Chiefs, obviously, make a roster move. It hasn't worked out completely how they wanted it to. With Kami coming in, who was supposed to be the best player from Tainted Minds. That was during like league play and all that. But at the World Championship, CJ really stepped up, and he stepped up this entire season. So CJ looking pretty good. My one gripe, like I was going to come in. I was all excited to be like, all right, OCE, I love you guys. I want to give you the wins and all of that. And now OCE is going to hate me. When I'm watching their games, they don't look that good. There are so many misses. There are so many whiffs. Like, we don't see whiffs really in Europe or NA for the most part of just, like, basic balls. You still see it in OCE. You still see it. And that worries me a bit. Now, it doesn't happen all the time. When Tainted Minds played Chiefs, like, in league play, it was awful. It was awful. Like, that series was not a good series from either side. Later on in the regional championships, first series was okay. The second series was much better. There was a lot less whiffs. But I worry. I worry for OCE because if they are going to miss the ball just randomly, one, that might help them. Who knows? Because when you miss randomly, sometimes it works out for you. But I am a little concerned. For Tainted Minds, I really like their infield passing, though. Anytime they're on the wall, anytime, they will always try and throw it to the middle. So if Evil Geniuses tries to play that goal line defense and they don't try and guard that midfield, they're in trouble. They're definitely in trouble. But again, Tainted Minds, like, I haven't seen enough from them. I'm sorry, OCE, but from what I've seen, I haven't seen enough. I even talked to the promotion teams in NA. They were all screaming OCE. For the most part, from what I'm hearing, is that they're beating OCE pretty handily. Some of that is because they're playing on East Coast versus West Coast Spain. So OCE is playing West Coast Spain on East Coast servers playing against OCE. But one of the teams, I'm not going to mention who, said they played OCE about 25 times. They lost about 5 games. Again, there is ping issues there, so we'll give them that. But so far from what I've heard from all of them, it's like, we're beating them generally. And like one of the teams did play them on West Coast Spain, and then that the OCE team won the majority there. But I'm a little worried. Hey, Beans, thanks for the host, man. Appreciate it, dude. So, I'm a little worried. I'm a little concerned about OCE right now. The one thing that's always great about them is they learn so quickly when they come out here. And they learn, like, within a week's time, normally they get so much better. The problem is then they have to go back to OCE for 6 months, and they have to dominate every other team except for each other with Tainted Mind and Chiefs. So they don't get as much practice, I bet. or at least high-level practice. Hopefully, these guys are screaming at each other all the time. That would be very beneficial. But obviously, during the season, you're probably not doing that because you're worrying about trying to get the number 1 seed. So you're probably not doing it too often. But these guys can learn quickly, but I don't know. Like, I think EG, I think this series comes down to Corrupted G. I felt like EG played pretty well at the last World Championships, but Corrupted G really didn't. He played extremely slow. He wasn't that finisher that we know and love. If he comes out and Chicago and Classics are disrupting plays from Tainted Minds and keeping up that pressure, and Corrupted G just cleans up half of those shots, then EG should win this series. They should win this series. So I'm going to go, we'll go 3-2 because I do think Tainted Minds can win, and it comes down to that midfield passing. But if EG can keep the pressure up or at least guard that midfield pass, they should be okay, and I think they will take the win. All right, next up. Now, again, I'm sorry, OC. I'm sorry, but this is just what I've seen. Now, again, like this could just be because I have like a microscope on OC when I'm watching them, and you see more errors, obviously, when there's like a microscope on someone. Could be that. I could be proven wrong, but so far I haven't really seen it. PSG Chiefs. Chiefs. Drippy and Torsauce, they still pull off some unbelievable shots. They still have that, and Drippy is definitely the best player in OCE. But again, some weird misses, and Torsauce at times, he still looks nervous. At the regional championship, he looked a little bit nervous here or there. World championship, last season he played really well from what I remember, and he didn't look too nervous, so he should be fine. But now Kami's coming in. He's relatively quiet. Like, I feel like Jake is that player on the Chiefs that would keep them ready and focused, like on LAN. It seemed like that was the case. Seemed more outgoing and more of like, all right, guys, like we got this, yada yada. Kami's extremely quiet. Torsos, same thing, or Torsauce, same thing. Drippy's got to lead that team now without the help of Jake. We'll see how that goes, but I do think PSG will take this series as well. I'm going to go 5 as well on this because PSG worries me from time to time, but if Fruity plays well, which is a big question mark because he's never played at the World Championship, then PSG should take it. If Fruity doesn't play as well, Shaw Sutton Ferrer is going to have to pick up a little bit more of the pace, but they've done it before. I expect them to do it again. So I got 3-2 there for PSG. Moving on, we'll go G2 Flipside next because that'll probably be the match order. This match is going to be a good one. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got Kronovi versus Cooks here for the first time since Season 1. It's a pretty juicy matchup. We have the two clutch teams, basically. Like, G2, like, barely loses Game 5s. And Flipside, I got a World Championship stage. Watch out for Cooks here doing just Cooks here things. Like, he'll find a way to do something incredible. So this one should be pretty good. I'm going to give this one to Flipside. Another 3-2. I think this is a very close set. But I do think Yukio is the guy to look out for. He's been playing unbelievable. Week 5 and the regional championships, playing so much better than what we've seen. Again, it's his first world championship as well. He at least got some experience at Gnarly. I expect that to carry over here. And G2, So G2 is weird because I feel like they never get the respect from anyone. Like they finished 6-1 in league play. They come in second at the regional championships. Yet we're still considering them. At least I am like the third best team in NA. Just because Energy looks really strong all of a sudden. Cloud9 looked really strong all season long. G2, they look clean, but they don't look like they're not doing anything too special, which I guess is not a bad thing necessarily. I just feel like that X factor is not there this season. Honestly, I don't know why. This is more of just a hunch. But I'm going to give Flipside. I think Flipside will take it 3-2. Next up, we got We Dem Girlz and Cloud9. I really like Cloud9 coming into this World Championship. They always show up at every single LAN. We Dem Girlz is a team I'm never sold on. I've never been sold on them. They are strong, for sure. Like, Ignite is a fantastic player. Remco and Metznors. They haven't really wowed me in Europe. They lost to... the only team that they're better than at the World Championship, for Europe at least, is Flipside. They lost to PSG. They lost to Dignitas, obviously, twice. And they got swept in the final, which is never something that you want to see. Cloud9 just has that offensive spark, that offensive beautifulness with Gimmick and Squishy that they should be able to disrupt the defense of We Dem Girlz, and they should be able to take the win. And I really like what Torment's doing this season, where he's moving up a lot more, but it's not affecting their defense at all. Like, their defense is actually the best it's ever been because of the pressure that they're putting on. So Cloud9, like, if they wouldn't have lost to FlyQuest, like, if that was a 3-1 the other way, they would have tied Dignitas with the single best league play ever. So Cloud9 looked really strong this season. They ran into an energy that was playing out of their minds. But I really like Cloud9 here. I'm going to give this one a 3-1. I think Cloud9 takes it. Next up, we got Dignitas Evil Geniuses. Dignitas is really good, guys. It's as simple as that. Look, it's not even working. It doesn't even want me to load it in. There we go. 3-0. Dignitas is too good. Evil Genius does not have a shot. But we'll see, because Evil Geniuses has surprised us before at the World Championship. So who knows? But Dignitas is really good. We're going to talk about Dignitas a little bit later with this and with these, but we'll get there in a bit. Energy PSG. Every single season, the Europe 4 seed has beaten an NA 1 seed. The only time they didn't in the first time they met was when Energy beat Northern Gaming back in Season 3. But we all know that Northern Gaming went on to win the entire tournament. They took out Energy later on. And yes, so every single season, a European 4 seed has beaten an NA 1 seed. Well, that ends today, all right? Energy looked really strong. This comes down to Fireburner. Because, like, he did not have a great league play at all. He seemed extremely quiet. Sure, Garrett had his off days too. There's no question about that. And Justin was pretty strong throughout. But Fireburner, like, if he plays well, they can go on and play Dignitas and battle once again versus Dignitas and have a chance there. But it's going to come down to him. I feel like Garrett G, he always shows up in LAN. The best we've ever seen from him was last year's LAN, or last season's World Championship. He looked out of this world. It was amazing. I don't expect to see the same Garrett because, honestly, it's very hard to play that good every single time. But I think Energy can still take down PSG. Shouldn't be that big of a problem. Okay, moving on. We'll go down to the bottom, then we'll come back up. We Dem Girlz, Tainted Minds. I think We Dem Girlz is still, obviously, a really strong team. And again, what I talked about with OCE, I just don't see it right now. And this is the season where they have to show it, but I don't see it. Like, it might be that the roster moves are taking a little bit longer than they thought because they basically consolidated power to the top of OCE, but they're not, like, maybe meshing exactly correctly. Honestly, I don't know. But I don't think OCE has a chance against We Dem Girlz, or Tainted Minds, I should say. And We Dem Girlz will take it. Next up, G2 Chiefs. This one should be good. G2 and Chiefs have had a really good series back in, Season 4? I think it was Season 4, where G2 won 3-2, basically only on demos. But Chiefs aren't the same, and G2's pretty good. I'm going to go G2. Okay, moving on. We'll stay in the bottom for now. PSG, We Dem Girlz. So, We Dem Girlz lost to PSG the last time they played. I don't think it happens again. Like, I do think We Dem Girlz is pretty good. I just don't think they're, like top of the line. And a lot of people thought PSG shouldn't have even been here, that they honestly could have been in the promotion tournament, but they've showed up and they've surprised everyone. But I think their road ends here in a 7th place finish. I'll give it a 3-1 for We Dem Girlz. Like, even Ignite's saying that PSG should lose to the Chiefs. That's what he's saying. So you better prove it, Ignite, by taking down PSG if that does happen. So we'll see. Evil Geniuses, G2. Ooh, very, very similar match to last season where EG took down G2 and Vitality to make it to day 3. I don't think it happens again. I don't have a lot of upsets yet here, but I don't know why this is not letting me. There we go. But I think EG falls here. Like, EG can surprise at times, but I don't see it here. And G2 fans are going to be going absolutely bonkers. It's going to be insane. I'm going to give it to G2 there. All right, moving back up here. So, Dignitas. So what I wanted to talk about with Dignitas is they have such an easy bracket on their side of the bracket here because they play either EG or Tainted Minds, and they should win that game. Then they get G2 or Flipside, who historically they have extremely good records against. Now, G2, they only lost them once at E-League, that best of 7 where JNAPS went absolutely ham. Every other time, Dignitas is sweeping G2, basically. So there's that. And then the last 2 times they played Flipside Well, they 3-0'd them, and Flipside scored 1 goal. And they 4-0'd them at Gnarly, and Flipside scored 1 goal. Sure, Flipside did take them out twice, back-to-back for Gnarly qualifiers to get that number 1 seed. But again, that was for Gnarly qualifiers for the number 1 seed or the number 2 seed. Did it really matter all that much? Who knows? And that was a long time ago. So Dignitas should have it pretty easy here. Last time I said Dignitas would slaughter Flipside. I think it's a little bit of a different Flipside now, with Yu-Gi-Oh! Playing pretty well, but still Dignitas is too strong, and they'll take the win. Next up, Energy Cloud9, a rematch of the semifinals. I'm going Cloud9 here. I think Cloud9 can take it. I think Cloud9 is extremely strong coming in. The Energy played great one weekend. One weekend. We'll see if that continues. Cloud9 played great all season. I think Cloud9 can take it. And Cloud9, like historically on LAN, is amazing. Same with Energy lately, at least. But I still think Cloud9 is the better team overall. We'll see what happens, though. But I'm going to give it to Cloud9 there. And we're going to Dignitas Cloud9 in the upper final there. But we'll go down to the bottom now. Flipside, We Dem Girlz. It's a whole European side of the bracket. Whole NA side of the bracket down here. Flipside, We Dem Girlz. We Dem Girlz, historically, recently, have been taking down Flipside every single time. So I don't see that changing. So we'll go We Dem Girlz, 3-1 there. And Energy, G2. I do think Energy is better than G2. Again, no one respects G2, including me. I honestly don't know why. But Energy, something about them on LAN. And G2's never really showed up like at a World Championship to make it extremely far. And Energy, I still think they can do it again. With Justin Garrett, 2 of the best players in NA. If they're popping off, if even one of them is popping off, they should be able to take down G2. Like, it's not the old G2 where J-Naps was, like, the best player in the world. And, like, he could, like, carry a little bit harder than the rest. Now it's, like, Garrett and Justin are the top 2, like, in NA easily. It just depends on the day. And, like, they only need one to do well, and then they're set. While, like, Crow and Rizzo are great players, but they're no, Justin or Garrett at all. So, I don't know. And J-Naps has been a little bit more immortal this season. It is the winter, though. We are getting into the winter months, and that's when G2 really shows up. But I'm still going to give it to Energy. Next up, Energy, We Dem Girlz. So I think it's tough, because, like, I think a lot of people have the big 3 of NA higher than, like, 2 through 4 from Europe. But I think that's a little unfair, because it's only because Dignitas is so good that they, like, devalue what the Europe 2 through 4 seeds bring. And I'm not really sure if that's true or not. That all being said, I'm still going to pick Energy, but I do think We Dem Girlz can easily take this series. But I don't like the whole fact that, like, people are thinking that it's, like, it's Dig, big 3 of NA, and then, like, the rest of Europe. Like, I don't think that's the case. Now, if we had to talk about, like, percentage odds to win the World Championship, I would probably have it that way, just because Dignitas has already proven that they are just destroying all the other European teams, and we haven't seen them versus NA. But that doesn't mean that NA is necessarily better. But I'm still going to give it to Energy over We Dem Girlz in a very close set, 3-2. Moving on to the upper final. Hey, guys, guess what? Dignitas is pretty good. We're going to go 4-2 for this one. And newsflash, Dignitas, pretty good at Rocket League. Don't really have to say too much more. Their infield passing is insane. If they have any chance when they're just outside the box to pass it inside the box, they almost always do it. We'll see what Cloud9 can bring. Like, Cloud9 can probably take it to Dignitas a bit, but they're going to have to keep up that pressure. They have to worry about their boost consumption, because sometimes they get a little too boost hungry, and then they kind of forget to actually go back and grab boost, and then they get into some trouble. So we'll see what they can do against Dignitas, but the worst part is I would rather have Dignitas on my side of the bracket just so I can take them down in a best of 5 instead of a best of 7, because it's going to get harder when it's a best of 7. But I got Dignitas there. Not surprising at all. And then Cloud9 versus Energy once again to see who faces Dignitas. And again, I'm going to go 3-0 for Cloud9 this time. I'm sorry, 4. Well, all right. Maybe not a 4-0. We'll go 4-1. I'm going to say Cloud9 is going to be angry, and they're going to do well. And they're going to take down Energy to prove that they are the best team in North America. And they will get to play Dignitas in the finals. So that's what I'm going with. It's correct, guys, so don't worry about that. Let me move things over here. Okay. So, next up, we have Dignitas Cloud9. And this is it, guys. This is it. Well, guess what, guys? Dignitas is really good at Rocket League, and they haven't been proven that anyone can beat them, and I don't think it's going to happen. I think the perfect season will happen. We'll go 4-3. I want this to be an exciting final, but it's not going to a bracket reset. It's just not going to happen. Dignitas are your winners here, and there you go. That's it. That's all she wrote. I mean, in the tournament, I'm not sure what that does. There we go. You can see Supreme Champion, Worthy Advisor, or Adversary. Maybe next time, Energy. There you go. Well, there it is, guys. There's your bracket. And that's who I think is going to win. Dignitas is just too strong. Their passing's too good. Like, everything about them is too good. 3 of the best players in the world. Like, you can easily put them all top 3. 1, 2, 3, if you wanted to. Like, I would argue that you probably can't put them outside top 5, in my personal opinion. But there you have it. Dignitas takes the victory. They get the perfect season. Energy falls again, but they get 3rd place, and at least they're showing up. Cloud9 does well. I didn't have a lot of upsets. I have OCE both finishing last. I just didn't see a lot of OCE, and I so wanted to come in and predict OCE. I was so ready before like going back and analyzing those games to pick Chiefs over PSG, Tainted Minds over EG. But after everything I've heard and after everything I've seen, I just can't. I can't do it. I can't do it. I want to. Everyone wants to see OCE do well. Like, literally everyone. Everyone from NA and everyone from EU. Everyone's like, yeah, like, this will be great. We want to see Chiefs or Tainted Minds go far because it'll be really fun. Like, everyone loves OCE, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't. But that'll do it for me for this video, at least. And I think, like, it's pretty simple. It's pretty simple across the board, at least for Dignitas' purposes. Like, they have an extremely easy side of the bracket for them. And then they go into best of 7s. And it's like, are you going to beat them in a best of 7? I doubt it. I doubt it. It could happen. It could. But I doubt it. And on the other side, I do think Cloud9's got a really tough first game versus We Dem Girlz. But if they get through that, play Energy, I could easily see Cloud9 taking that. But those 2 teams are going to be the 2 from NA that I'm going to be watching out for. And again, G2's right there still, where if they take down Flipside, who knows? They'll probably lose to Dig, but they can make some waves down there in the lower bracket because then they'll probably be on the European side of things. So, who knows? Who knows? First round games are so important, guys. The 2-3 matchups, like these games, so important because say you lose this game, then you're battling for 9th in that first game back. If you win, you're guaranteed top 5, which is really nice, or at least tied for 5th. So, that's a very big game for these 2-3 seeds. So basically, like, if you win that first game, you're into day 3. Compared to if you lose it, you have to win 2 more on day 2. I'm excited, though. We're going to Vegas. I'm a little sick. I'm a little winded. But hopefully I'll be better in 2 days, and I'll be able to put on a fantastic show for you guys. We have all of the talent, from Rival Series to Rlcs coming out. We're going to put on a hell of a show. Hell of a show. Make sure you come say hi. I will be walking around. I think the show starts at, 11? So I'll probably be walking around from, 9:30 to 10:30. That's usually what I do. To say hi to anyone that wants to say hi. And then, we'll get into the games. And honestly, you really don't have to watch. We already know what's going to happen. Here you go. This is what's going to happen, guys. So don't worry about it. Don't even watch the games. Just come say hi to me. And then go gamble. I don't know. Anyway, that'll do it for this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in Vegas.